Darwin Nunez. I feel like I've talked about him every day because I have talked about him every day. It's been non-stop. It's been very fast. It's been, a lot of news to take in. And if we were to cover every story, we'd be live for about 200 years maybe. So, but Kev, it looks like it's all done. He's currently in Spain. Liverpool and Benfica have agreed a fee. Every reliable source has confirmed it. It's 64 million, which is 4 million less than what Monaco wanted. So Julian Wood saved a few pennies, laying off Michael Edwards. 20 million, or I think it's like 17 million in add-ons or something like that. About half of them are achievable in appearances. I think 60 appearances, and that unlocks half of the add-ons. He's currently in Spain now, flying to Liverpool tomorrow morning to get his medicals done. I mean, I think unless something happens, like a Fekir situation, knock on wood, that doesn't happen, because I don't think our fan base could do that again. But how happy are you for the signing? It's a different dimension, isn't it? Something we haven't had in this Klopp era.
I am absolutely excited about this signing. I have been waiting for this. I've had me Paul Joyce notifications on all over the weekend. I am made up with what we've done, and I like the new dynamic that we're going for. A big, strong centre forward, old style, 6 foot, good in the air, got the pace on him as good as Haaland. I am over the moon. It gives us another. It gives us another dimension, as you say. I am over the moon, and I couldn't be more happier of signing a player as good as him, and our top target as well, which makes a change for us. I think Julian Ward deserves a statue already for getting the first one, and doing as well as what he does. By all accounts, he's used his Benfica people over there that he knows very well. So he's to get it over the line. He even went over there face to face. By all accounts, the flight tracker, you can find out what flight he's on. He's meant to land into Chester about 10:28 tomorrow morning. So, it's Liverpool fans doing what they normally do with flight check and find out where that is. But as a signing, you never know.
Wait for him with a bag over his head. That's what Italian clubs do, I think Napoli did that once. They put a bag over their head and they unveiled him. That's what Ten Hag's planning.
Wow. But for me, I think it's just great. He's got the pace, by all accounts, of a Fernando Torres. So you got a bit of that going on. You got the old, he's Uruguayan. You know what Uruguayans do. I hope he does it. Yeah, he hasn't got a bite on him as what Suarez has. But apart from that, he's 22. He's raw. He's a diamond that can be roughed up and be polished off into a great world-class player within 3 to 4 years. And he's under the best manager he could possibly be, which is Klopp. So it's only a win-win for me. So I'm over the moon.
I mean, Damon, the players who've turned down Manchester United in recent years, Sadio Mane, Fabinho, they've turned out quite well, haven't they? So hopefully Nunez is...
Soon to be up to Chamberlain in a couple of weeks.
I mean, it's... Despite the price, I feel like a lot of stuff is going to be made on the price no matter what. And I think we all agree it's a risk. But Klopp hasn't got any of his forward signing wrong since he's signed for Liverpool, so we all trust him. There's a reason why Ten Hag was going after him. He clearly rates him as highly as well. So, all round, it's something we've needed for a long time, isn't it? An out-and-out striker. And the fact that he's absolutely rapid and good in the air is something that we've been missing, isn't it?
The rest of the fan base is having a meltdown, tells you everything you need to know about his player. They're frightened, aren't they? They're frightened. This is all we were missing, a number 9 in terms of the forward line. We ain't had a number 9 in since Suarez and since Torres. Not a proper number 9 anyway. Even like Suarez wanted a proper number 9 because he came back quite a bit. But they're frightened, aren't they? Because he's got everything that you need as a number 9. He's got finishing, he's got pace, he's got the height, he's got like I said, it gives us another dynamic. In games last season, I did an article last night about the stats compared to us and Man City, and compared Darwin Nunez to Haaland. And we create more chances than Man City. And it's clear to see that, and we have more shots on goal. We just don't score enough. We do score enough in terms of the whole league, but against Man City, we don't. Man City scored more than us, and we had way more chances. Put a clinical number 9 in them with those chances, then you're just laughing at you. Now, I think Darwin Nunez will be a better signing for us than Haaland for City, just because of the chances we create. Just because of the chances we create, and we need a clinical number 9 to put them in.
Yeah, I mean, I'll ask you this both together collectively, but how many goals are you expecting, or do you think they'll get? Or do you think Nunez will get?
I'd say between 15 and 30 you'll get next season. I just think with the chances we create and how we can play for us. And the reason why I say that is we've got 2 options now. You can either go a 4-2-1-3 with them, or you can play in the 4-3-3, but you can still swap them with the likes of Matty. So he comes in from the left-hand side, which he also likes doing. So we've not only got a plan A on how to play and a style that we all know, we also have another option in a plan B tactic as well, if needed to be. You add in the crossing of Trent and Robbo, and you can see he is going to get his chances and his opportunities to score. It gives us another dynamic that I think he should be targeting between 15 and 30 goals. Now I'm probably getting carried away, but I think that's achievable with how we play and how much of the ball we have in the final third and how dominant we are, especially in our own league.
Yeah, do you agree with that, Damon?
Yeah, I reckon I can get at least 26 in the league. Honestly, I think he'll get 10 by end of September. Easy. Again, depending on fixtures. The fixtures they come out next week. We'll find out where.
Yeah, Thursday they come out.
So we'll find out who's in for a thrashing, won't we? But we'll probably get one of the promoted teams in first 6 games. You normally do. So
United, City, Tottenham, Arsenal.
Nunez hat-trick coming up, isn't it?
You know what's a shame? It's a shame Norwich have been relegated. I know they're probably made up there in the Championship. Another Uruguayan Liverpool player not scoring a hat-trick every single time they face them.
We thrashed Bournemouth every time we play them as well, though, so I'm not too bothered about playing them. I think Forest would be a funny one to play. That would be a new challenge.
Yeah, I mean,
it's games like that. Sorry to butt in, Charlie. It's those games. It's a bit like the first half of the season. You look at games like Brighton at home where we were drawing 2-2 with, and if you had a kind of a Nunez up front, it gives you a different dynamic and a different option in that box rather than the usual go-to guys to get it in. You're adding that sense of unknown and how do we play against this and. Again, at some point, we'll be going to a 4-2-1-3 at times, if not keeping within the 4-3-3. So as a centre-half, you then are trying to track someone that may not necessarily be there. And you see Darwin cutting in from the left and putting in the top bin, which he can do. The only thing he needs to improve on for me is his passing. Because I think it was as low as 66%, but that's there to be improved and will be. And with the 6 years with him, Jesus, you know what I mean? He's going to be great.
I think I saw a stat from Sam Maguire, which was Darwin Nunez aerial duel wise compared to attackers. I think he's in like the bottom like 40% or 30%, but scoring with headers, he's in the top 95%. So yes, his game isn't a target man. His game's not that, so he wouldn't be winning aerial duels. But when it's played into him in the box, which will be happening hundreds of times for him as a Liverpool player, it's going to be. I think we're going to break the 100-goal mark easily next season.
Just think of that Spurs game. Going back to that Spurs game, I think I did a stream after the game as well. I thought that this game's cost us the title, and in the end, it did because I knew City were going to drop points at some point, and they did. And imagine if he was in that game, the amount of crosses we put into that game. We couldn't change the game, though. We kept playing the same way all game. We did cross after cross after cross. And they were like, we'll lap this up. This is why Tottenham just the money then, because it was the same thing all the time. And if we have someone like Nunez in there, it gives them something else to think about, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, we've been aiming at 5'8" wingers for years. So now Trent and Robbo have an actual tall striker to aim at.
And
So
we'll be still scoring them. We're still scoring them.
exactly. So that's how
Exactly.
good his deliveries are. So imagine them same deliveries with someone whose job it is to stay in the box. Like that's what Klopp is going to say: stay in the box, and you'll get goals.
His conversion rate is 30% as well, which is quite high for a striker as well. So, if you can keep that conversion rate up, 3 in 10 shots he's scoring with, that's great. Do you know what I mean? So, I think Kane's 27 or 20 or 25. So, he's there or thereabouts. And you only have to look at his finish against us in the Champions League at Anfield. Quality finish. He's got quality finish written all over him. And he is still raw because he will try and shoot from anywhere from outside the box. So when we hear the old Anfield go and shoot, he will actually take it on. That's where I think our coaching will come in, and his actual finishing will get a lot better with our coaches and our style of play as well. And it's just a great acquisition all over. Do you know what I mean? You look at a forward line that's got Jota, Salah, and you got Nunez up front, and then it's and then you got Carvalho just behind him, and then you got Elliott as well, and then you got Thiago who can play the balls in. We're going to win games about 8-9-0, I think. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a new thing, it's a new, defenders have seen in the Premier League seem to have got the hang of Salah and Mane, and this is a whole different beast. So, Alan said here, does he take penalties? Yes, he does, and he's never missed one. He's scored 11 out of 11. He does have that really annoying hop that Jorginho has, though, which I don't like.
Yeah.
But again, guys, make sure you do leave a like on the video. There's over 200 people in here. Also, subscribe to the channel. It's free, and you keep up to date with all of the stuff we put out on the channel. Okay, before we end the stream, just a really quick one for you lads. I want you to be honest about the price tag. It's a lot of money. Yes, maybe the agent fee isn't that much, but at the end of the day, Damon, we're breaking our transfer record on a 22-year-old who has had one good season. There's no doubt it's a risk.
Yeah, but every chance is a risk, innit? I think sometimes you've got to do this, especially these days. You've got to just break the bank sometimes. We haven't done it before. Well, we've got Van Dijk and Alisson, but that was Coutinho. We haven't done it off his own backs in a way. We've had to sell Coutinho to get that sort of money to break that bank. So I think Jen said earlier about FSG are finally spending. So I think Jen puts more into this channel than FSG have in the last about 10 years. So you got to do it. And it's a 6-year. You got to remember, it's a 6-year deal. It works out probably cheap in terms of a 6-year deal.
12.7 over the year. Yeah.
Exactly. So it is a cheap deal in a way. And if it performs on the pitch, then it's just worth every penny, isn't it, for 6 years? And if it don't work out, we could always sell him at a good fee anyway, because he's only 22, and by the time it's over, he'll be in his prime. So yeah, I think it's it. I'm not bothered about the money.
I mean, Kev, the 6-year deal is that was good news for me. It means that he wants to be part of the project. He doesn't have any plans of leaving. He's committed to the Jurgen Klopp era, to say, he'll have 4 years under him. So, it's good news. But I want to go on to his wages as well. He's only getting $6 million a year. I say only, but I think it's 115 grand, so miles off the 250 that people were saying. It's on the upper echelon of the midfield earners of not actual midfield, but midfield. I don't know how to say that, mid-table earners, but 22, 100 million, one great season, should I say? Borussia Dortmund did take that risk with Haaland, and it worked out. Maybe not as much, but it seems like it's a risk that we have to take, isn't it?
Definitely. Yeah, I'll be honest. Not very often, very rarely do you get centre forwards coming up and we're in the prime position to take. And he is the prime person that people want. United were throwing money at him and he wants to just come to Liverpool. By all accounts, we've been talking in his ear, as did Van Dijk and Klopp, back in April when we played them in the Champions League. So we were already talking to him straight away. I think with someone with this potential of what he's and how he's produced, I just think that it made sense to make the move for a centre forward. Yeah, he's only 22, but by God, if you know, over the course, that's 12.7 million a season it's going to cost us in I would say American account for the accountant side. So it's not that much. It's 100 million euro. It's not 100 million pound. So it's only 85 mil. For me, it makes perfect sense. And as centre forwards go, there's not many out there that you could put in the same breath or talk about in the same way as a Haaland or an Mbappe. He's just below that, and when they come up, you've got to be first there, and you've got to put it to bed. Julian Ward's done an absolute belter of a job getting that over the line as quickly as what he's done, and it allows us now to prepare and buy in other areas. Money, I have no problem with the money that we're spending. I think it's about right for the type of player he is, and you know, if he bags the goals, you're always going to have to spend a bit more on him.
Goals win your games, don't they? So.
Exactly. That's why you give them the big bucks.
Yeah, and as you said, I don't think there's really... let's put it this way. I would rather spend what we're spending on Nunez than what was spent on Haaland, because the £70 million of agent fees is absolutely disgusting. And then he's getting like 375 grand a week. Yeah. Even though I think at the moment Haaland's easily better than Nunez, but it's a similar player. They're going to be playing in the same league for the first time, and who knows who's going to adapt better. I mean, we could be looking at this in a few years and being like, you know, Darwin Nunez came in, maybe, yes, 10 million higher in the actual transfer fee, but when you look at the agent fees, the
250 mil. His actual wages is more than our front six up front. I think ours only come up to 360 grand a week based on all our top from our top three. 375 for him. It was. That's why the deal was so cheap for Haaland. He come in, it was 60 odd mil. We went, okay, that sounds great. But then when you start looking at the breakdown of the rest of it that you have to pay out, it works out close to 200, 250 mil you have to spend on to bring Haaland in for that price.
I'm sure Manchester City fans will conveniently leave that out, though.